Aaron here. Today we're putting in a patio at this house. There's an existing patio in place with 24 by 30-inch patio slabs. We're pulling those up, we're checking the base, and we're adding to it, and we're making it bigger, and then we're putting them back down. There they are there. And we will match them. So we've taken everything out. There was a step there. We've removed it out of the way. Everything's squared off. This is going to be the size of our patio. We've overdug about 3 inches on the outsides just to give us room to work. So now all this is getting dug out, hauled away, and we'll fill it all back up with gravel and crush and run gravel and level it all with HPB. Once everything's tamped and in place, we'll install our new patio slabs plus these existing ones and a new step. All right, we're just getting the gravel in now. Crush and run, which is a mixture of, I guess, stone dust and 3/4 inch-ish. It compacts down very nicely to give us a concrete-like base. We've got our first layer in. We put it in a few inches at a time and tamp it. We put a few inches in. We wet it with the garden hose, not so it's soaked, just so it's moist. And then we run the plate tamper over everything and really pack it down. And then it starts becoming like almost like concrete. That's the existing area that was here already, but we tamped that as well. Now we'll get another few inches dumped in here, spread out, wet it and tamp it, and then we'll bring in the HBB and the bars and start leveling everything. Okay, Aaron here. Everything's been dug out, new gravel in, tamped numerous times, and now we've got our HPB in. We've got about 1.5 inches of HPB, which has no dust in it. It's perfect for leveling under interlock. We've got our bars in every 4 to 5 feet-ish. And now what we did here is we're putting one step under that windowsill, and the step is 7 1/16 high. So we measured down from the bottom of that sill, 7 1/16 down, and that's where our top bar starts. So then once we get one bar under that sill where we want it, where we know that's the top of our patio slabs, we'll sit that stone, that step on top of our patio, and it'll be the perfect height. So once our one bar is set, we then level that bar with this bar, and we do that all the way across the patio. And then once that end is set, we come down here and we do the same thing. We lift these bars and make sure it's level, it's sloping away from the house, and everything is perfectly going this way and that way flat. We had to meet up right here. Come over here. We had to meet up right here with this existing concrete walkway. So we had to feather it up slightly to make sure that's flush. So when we get our patio slabs coming this way, that there won't be a trip hazard over there. Once everything's laid and pulled, we're going to add more HPB. We're going to grab our levels like these, and then we're going to pull this whole thing down like this. Once we do that for the entire thing, it'll be perfectly flat. We remove our poles. We fill these little trenches that are left over with extra HPB. We fill them up, and the trowel he's using, we just flatten them out. Lay all the slabs, put some dirt around the outside of the patio to retain the slabs, and then we'll put a bit of sod, and that's that. Okay. We brought all these slabs in this cart. We just loaded up a few at a time, brought them in. It's easier than a wheelbarrow. We've laid everything now. We've used, there was 20 old ones, which are the lighter colored ones. They're weathered now from being here for the past 6 months, so the sun's dried them out, whereas these ones are brand new, the dark ones, and they're dark because inside the skid they were on where we picked them up, they were wet. So once the sun gets at them, they'll all be the same. But in case they're not, and they might take some time to weather, that's why we staggered them all. So it looks like a checkerboard for now. So the slabs are on now laid. Got a couple extras. We've got our step out front that we'll bring back now. It's probably around 400 pounds, and it's going to go right there. Once the step's in, we're going to get the sod and soil on the outside of this patio to retain everything, and then we'll bring you back and show you what it looks like when we're done. All right, finished. Patio's in. Sod, new sod around because we raised this up. So that way our step fits perfectly in here. 7 1/16 up and into the house. So it's a nice little patio. Like I said earlier, these ones will weather. These ones will weather and match the rest at some point. I don't know why this popped out, but we'll put that back. Other than that, we're finished. We raked up every crumb, every little mess, everything that we had here. And before we leave, I think we're going to put the table and this structure back on top of the new patio for them so they don't have to do it themselves. And that's another one done.